Let's talk.
Nettspend's Bad AF Kid. First of all, I didn't know what a Nettspend was. I talked to my girl. She was like, a Nettspend? She was like the card? I'm like, wait, what's that? She was like, a Nettspend card is like, that's what people was using to back then, what they was using to put money on and transfer money from and stuff like that. Basically, they stopped it because it was scamming. I was like, oh, so I was scammed this whole album. That makes sense. I'm like, what am I doing listening to this? Nettspend, Bad AF Kid. He's a fair skinned kid that's into that whole rage sound. That's
He's like
currently
17 years old.
Yeah, and he sounds like a mixture of Lil Skies on top of rage beats. To me, there was no personality on here.
I feel personality on here.
I didn't, because to me, I felt like this was like a dime a dozen.
Look, I'm gonna compare the other YN, and this is the YW. I feel like this kid. I understand why kids like him more than if a kid like a Richard Mary.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, I feel like he has character.
To me, he reminds me of Sui Gernez. I think that's how you say his name. Yeah, he made a song with Lil Skies.
Yeah, I think that. Okay, lyrically, no.
Of course not.
Production is familiar. Ray's sound, some stuff like Filthy. I don't know if you know who. It's a guy. I actually brought him up on a podcast. Oh my God, Polo Peaks. He off some of these production. Another guy, Young Rory. What's his name? He used to make all these like. What's his name? You could talk, bro. I'm gonna think of it.
Yeah, for me, sound wise, going into this project, I had no anticipation. I know some people were hyped up Nettspend. It seems like the underground fan base of, like, you know, for the YNs or the music of this generation right here of Rage,
Black Craig,
Plug and B. Okay, they seem to be like half and half on him. Like, people were saying some of his stuff get uploaded to Spotify. They was like, oh, he's losing his sauce, or like, oh, like, you know, finally Nettspend's going mainstream, or like, ew, Kai Cenat's listening to him now. I don't want to listen to, you know, the kids are like very like wishy washy on a lot of these kids nowadays. And so going into Nettspend, I realized I have unk ears, because this is the first thing I listened to. Besides, well, no, technically the Smino was, but in terms of the YNs, this is the first thing I listened to. And I listened to this. I came out of this. I'm just like, okay, the first track was cool. Then I was like, all right. Then the rest of the album played, and I'm like, I like the last track. And I don't know if I liked it because I knew that this was the end,
yeah,
or this is an actual good song. Like I said, B, I realized I had unk ears because I'm just like, that was a bunch of noise.
Yeah, it was.
It was a bunch of noise. And to me, you didn't have that character in that for me, based off of the other Rage music that I've heard. Because this Rage music, I had to say it, in this era of like artists, I feel like a lot of them fall to the wayside because like a lot of them sound very similar, which is why for me he sounds like a lot of these other guys I've heard before as well. So I don't know if he's biting off their style or if they're biting off his style. But a lot of these songs, like this,
I think they biting each other.
Oh well, of course, yes. But I'm trying to see like who came first.
I just say he had a little more character than Richard Mary.
I agree.
That's what I'm comparing him to.
Yeah, if I'm doing that, then yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But this right here, for me, this was not it. This was not good. He's 17. He was like, yeah, I was pulling P words on the bus. I'm just like, that's
so I smashed. I made her ass fat. I'm like, what? Well, look, my first thought, I was like, yeah, I'm a unk. I was like, I understand why Ice-T told Soulja Boy to eat a dick. I said, yo, Nettspend could eat a dick.
We got luckiest now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, dang, I was thinking, I'm like, dang, I see why Ice-T told Soulja Boy to eat a dick. It's like, yo, you destroyed the culture of hip hop, the culture of hip hop.
This, Ian.
Bro, this was like, I was like, yo, that song, Tyler, when he was like, what was he like,
like Tyler. I was like,
what are you talking about? Hold up, bro. Do you take like this, bro?
I don't know. I just asked him. No, I don't think he does. I think like I asked him, I said, you listen to this one? He's like, no. That's what I said. These kids are like so wishy-washy.
He like Richard Mary?
I don't know. I think he knows some of the songs, but he knows like all of them songs. Like, yeah, from the artists of that generation.
Because I know he's a little bit a part of it. You know?
He's a YN.
Yeah, he's a YN.
Yeah, he's in that YN era. Like he's the type where Juice WRLD is like his Tupac.
Yeah,
all that. So you know what I'm saying. So coming into this album right here, I didn't know what to think of it, and I was like, maybe I'm tripping. I was like, I love Cardi and all that. I'm like, but I don't like this. I'm like, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's just because maybe it's because he's fair skinned. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving him a harder time because of that. I went to the comment section of the underground hip hop page that talks about these underground artists, the biggest one. I went to it, and they was all crapping on it too. Yeah. I was like, okay, so it's just not me. I'm like, okay, it's not me because I'm just like, this sounds so unfocused. Yeah, I went to the rack. I hit a Project Pat. I'm just like,
I feel like I'm Future Budget next, and all. Yeah, I was like, what in the world?
Me and I'm like, Project Pat's not from Chirac. He's not from Chicago. I'm like, what? He's not living in Iraq. So what rack are you talking about?
I don't know what he's. Bro, just yapping on here, bro.
This is literally yap.
This was I played this for my coworker. I said, bro, it's been a slow week. You want to hear what I'm listening to? He's like, what the? He's like, what? I was like, yeah, this kid here. Yeah. But yeah, bro, like you said, we got unk ears, this stuff right here. But I could see why kids like it, cause like, bro, we come from the era of Little B and different things like that. Like, I understand youthful feeling, and sometimes you're not in that time frame of your life, you can't feel this. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I'm saying, you hear this, you like, it's noise. He's saying nothing of substance. He's just putting words that rhyme together. The production is way over his vocals pretty much. Like, I really don't. Some of the stuff I didn't know what he was saying. It felt like a lot of stuff was clashing. And then the producer tag was like, we're going to this party or whatever. I'm like, what is going on? What is she saying? I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, yo, bro. And I listened to this like 5 times, bro. Like, I'm like trying to like put myself in that era when I was like 16, 15 years old. But sometimes it's hard. You know what I'm saying?
This is the type of music that if you're like a kid, 17, 18, maybe 16, you're playing Fortnite and you're playing the music, like you're on the game, but you're playing Spotify through the system. So it's coming out of the TV. Yeah. This is that type of music right here. This is the only case that you should be listening to this. You should not be bumping this in the whip because it's loud and it's just loud. Like, it's don't bump for me. You get what I'm saying? This don't sound good to me. It's the unk ears. This is like supposed to be played while you're playing Fortnite. You're playing the game, and the Spotify is also on the game as well. You're playing it out of your TV speakers.
Look, I'm just looking at some of the artwork on the cover. It's like, I love narcotics. I hate you.
Yeah.
Word is a... what in the world?
I'm not trying to look at anything on there, but yeah, this was not good. B, does he have room to grow?
No. I think this kid is not gonna go anywhere. I was thinking, I'm like, okay, my son is 4. This kid's 17, 10 more years. My son will be 14. He will be 27. Like, will my son be like, yo, like, I listened to Nettspend. I'm like, yo, I remember Nettspend when he was 17 years old. And I was like thinking like, no, I don't see that. I don't think he's going to last long. Like, what will he grow into, a rock star or something? That's pretty much what they do. Like, that could be his path. Especially as like a young white rapper. His other way he can go past is like the punk rock or something. He has another culture he can go to. That's the only thing I can see.
He gonna make the Post Malone transition.
Yeah, he could.
He's gonna do what his culture usually does, B? Bite off our culture and leave?
Hey, he could. It's his, hey, if you do, bro, I wouldn't be mad at you.
Hey, as long
I'm
as
like, I'll be like, get out of here.
Black people are gonna be mad for no reason. Y'all didn't listen to him anyway.
Yeah, this kid was trash. I should have never spent this. Yeah. Like I said,
when you put this on the docket, I was so surprised.
It's a slow week, Lo. I was like, yo, let's talk about something different. Let's maybe get some kids want to talk about it.
I respect you, B.
I was like, man, I don't even think some kids will look for a Nettspend review. Like, will they? Will they go on YouTube and like, who talked about the album?
The reactions and stuff like that.
Yeah, we don't do reactions.
I know, but we might get mixed in them.
But yeah, you could just say this, yo, Nettspend, you can eat a.
Nettspend, because of the origin of your names, I feel like it's very fitting. I feel like I got scammed listening to this. I got nothing of value. I was not entertained. This was a whole bunch of noise. This is Unc Sage signing out because this was, besides that A-Hype Chaos 3, I can at least hear you. But that's the only positive I can give you.
Bro, I can be your dad. That's crazy.
That'd be weird.
Yeah, I could be if I had him as a young guy, young kid, I could be your father.
Would you want to father a kid like this, though? Making music like this?
I'm going to just chill. I ain't going to say that. I don't want to disrespect his parents.
Well, he's a bad effing kid.
Eat a dick.
I was going to say something, but I don't want to.
TV.
I try to be PC. I was going to say something that's going to go way off the line.
I'm Ice-T right now, bro. You know what I think about Nettspend? Nettspend can eat a dick. I'm sorry, you probably have to blurt this. So
Oh, I am. I am.
you got to keep at least one in there.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
What? Just one.
I gotta keep one in there? Where?
Oh, my bad. Pause. Nettspend, bad effing kid.
Yeah, this was bad. I can't say don't ever do this again because I'm pretty sure kids are streaming this. He had the nerve to put out another version with an extra song on there.
What that song was?
I don't know. I think it's called Leader. I was like, don't do that ish again.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.